to read some 2P America fanfiction. Oh, my hair. I need to have it up and out of my way, even though I look ugly without it, okay? Here we go, 2P America. Because he's my favorite Italian character, even though he's not an official character. Like, if I had to pick an official character as my favorite, England is #1 still after all these years. So I know y'all see the third option and we're not about to read that, okay? Okay, maybe in the future. Doll is such a cute little like nickname. Ooh, that's so nice. Okay, so are you serious? I don't want to. Wait, let me move this. Okay, pulling up Wattpad. Been having it since 2016 when I made my Joseph fanfic. You can always just comment and I'll take it down if you want to. No problem, bro. It'd be cool if somebody read my old one though. Okay. Yeah, it's our first fanfiction, so excuse it. Okay. Let's go, let's read. Y'all ready? Okay. Let's go. Your feet pound softly against the dirty street as you walk home. Hair bouncing against your neck as you thought. Mundane tidbits of snippets of thoughts bounced in your mind. The math test you had next week, conversation with your friends, and the new song you wanted to listen to. Suddenly, a hand wrapped around your wrist and pulled you out of your thoughts and into a dark alleyway. Your body slammed into a wall, and you stared into red eyes inches away from your own. Your mouth opened to scream, but all that came out was a small squeak. The man in front of you smirked. You tried to squirm away from the baseball bat you now saw resting in his free hand. His hands pressed more firmly into your shoulder, pinning you to the brick wall behind you. Stop that, or I might have to swing so hard no one will take you. The bat raised slightly before slamming into the wall, inches away from your face. You whimpered. Don't worry, I'll take good care of you. The bat launched at you and your vision went black. No, he did not just hit me with a bat and mess me the heck up, okay? I really do wish you would tell me before you brought another one of them here. The first thing you noticed was the pounding in your head. You opened your eyes to an unfamiliar room. The red-eyed man was standing at the foot of the frilly pink and blue bed you were sprawled across. Next to him was another man. This one with pink hair and light blue eyes. Ayyyy. He turned and looked over at you, eyes taking in everything. Hello, Poppet. Did you have a nice nap? A wide smile erupted across his face as the British accent. Everything that had happened up to this point came crashing down on you, forcing a scream to rip from your throat. You people are crazy! You kidnapped me! You are all going to jail! You struggled against the bed, but your hands are bound by the bed by ropes. The red-haired man laughed. The cops won't be able to stop us. You're funny, doll. The blue-eyed man stared at you in horror as you thrashed on the bed. The other man suddenly stopped laughing. Hey, don't do that. It's Ollie's bed. You might mess it up. Like, I don't care, though. The pink-haired man, apparently Ollie, nodded slightly. Please do try not to mess it up. I really have just too much to do, and I don't have the time to tidy today. You stopped thrashing but screamed again. You kidnapped me! Yes, I suppose Al did kidnap you. Don't worry, I have no doubt you'll fetch a good price. Ollie glanced at the red-haired man again, this time glaring. Suddenly, his gaze flashed back to you. Please forgive me. I don't think we know your name. Would you like to share? Your name, you said, then immediately mentally facepalmed. Why did you tell your captors your name? Well, your name, I'm Oliver, but you can call me Ollie. This, he motioned to Al, is my brother Alan, but you can call him Al. He turned back to Al. So, how much are you gonna ask for her? None, Al said. This one's mine. Y'all ready for part 2? I'm gonna have to edit so much of this out because I made so many freaking mistakes and y'all are just gonna be like, why are there so many jump cuts? Because I kept putting my name in it. Because I'm used to putting my name in the your name spot. Whew. Let's go on to number 2. Chapter 2. You're Mine, Doll Part 2. You're Mine, Doll Part 2. Okay. Ollie nodded and left the room. Al smirked down at you before releasing the ropes that bound you to the bed. You flung your fist out in an attempt to get free. Al grabbed onto your sore wrist, stopping your punches. Don't do that, doll. I'd really hate to have to rough that pretty face anymore. That's right. He tugged you out of the room and down the hall. The two of you stopped in front of the door at the end of the hall. "This is your room," he explained. He turned you around. You faced a room with a bloody American flag hung on the door. "This is mine. Never go in there. You couldn't, even if you wanted. It's locked, so don't try. This one is Matt's." He pointed at the door you had passed on the way through the hall. It was decorated with ripped and torn Canadian flag. "Avoid him. There's also Jean, but he isn't around much. And that's our happy little family. Well, and you now." He added the last part as an afterthought. He turned and threw open the door while shoving you in. "Night!" he yelled as he slammed the door shut. "Wait!" you said as you opened the door. "Yes, your name?" Al said, still on the other side of the door. "I'm freaking starving!" You heard his deep laugh through the door. "I'll see what I can do, doll." After hearing his footsteps disappear down the hall, you carefully opened the door and walked out. Immediately, you tried opening Al's door. As he said, it was locked. You tried Matt's door next. It opened easily and you peered into the darkened room. Suddenly, you were yanked into the room by your shoulder. You stared into dark sunglasses, perched face. "Who are you?" "Oh." You were set down on the counter in the kitchen. You looked around the pinks and blues of Ollie's room. You couldn't help but think that everything about Ollie was like cotton candy. Or cupcakes. "Is this yours?" Matt's voice tugged you out of your thoughts and back to reality. Ollie was looking at you. Al was glaring at Matt. "Yeah, she is. The question is, how did you get her, Moose Boy?" "Little Maple wandered into my room, veggie dog." The two men glared at each other, fists clenched. After a long moment, they broke out into laughter. Don't you hate the ads on Wattpad now? It's like everything has to have ads after it's good. It happened to episode, and I gotta pay to do anything worthwhile in the stories. And now Wattpad, you got the little ads between the chapters, and it's not much, but still. Voiceover here from a few days later. I'm kind of sick, ignore that. Just here to say, or ask, I should say, should I do this again, but make sure it's better next time? Like, make sure there's no skipped lines? Let me know in the comments or in the quiz thing. You know what? Just let me know. Voice over here from a few days later. I'm kind of sick, ignore that. Just here to say, or ask, I should say, should I do this again, but make sure it's better next time? Like, make sure there's no skipped lines? Let me know in the comments or in the quiz thing. You know what? Just let me know.